Pastor T.D. Jakes inspires millions around the world with his empowering sermons.
People who are easily offended will never be mighty. You can't be mighty and petty at the same time.
Well, that's a great line.
I like that.
That is a great line.
T.D. Jakes presides over a congregation of more than 30,000 in Dallas, Texas, and he has counseled former presidents Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, and George W. Bush. Known as Bishop Jakes, he just announced a new foundation this morning. The T.D. Jakes Foundation will offer job training and classes in science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, known as STEAM. Bishop Jakes is here for his first TV interview about the foundation. I want to talk about that, of course, but I have to talk to you about Kobe Bryant. When I heard you were on today, I was so excited because I find myself, and so many people have been hit by this in a way that we hadn't expected. Even those who didn't know him are taking this very hard and trying to sort this out. Why is it hitting us this way, do you think?
You know, I think.
And do you feel this too?
Oh, I absolutely feel it. I absolutely feel it. I had to stop watching it. Yeah. Every time I see it, I get real sad, like it's my family member. Mm-hmm. And I'm not really a big sports guy. Yeah. But you have to recognize that people like him have become the gladiators of our era. Yeah. These football players and basketball players who reach that height of celebrity status. And I also think that his failures and his flaws add to the affection of America because...
because people say he was not a perfect man.
No.
That's been pointed out.
And none of us are.
Yeah, exactly.
None of us are.
None of us are.
But,
and the reality is we like people who are human enough to have flaws and hero enough to overcome them. And we watched him overcome them.
Yes.
So we were rooting for him to go on to his legacy.
And at this time,
life.
too, Pastor.
Yeah.
As he was starting a new chapter in his life. That also makes it. And his daughter was with him.
And his daughter was with him. And that's the part that rips my chest out. I've got two daughters.
And the photographs of him and his daughter, it's like so hard.
So it's so shocking and it's so sudden. It's a moment when people, if they're people of faith, might say, maybe I'm not so faithful anymore. How can this happen?
Yeah, well, you know,
good question.
If you're rooted and grounded in your faith, you use your faith to get through the darkness rather than using the darkness to challenge your faith. So it depends on your level of faith. People who are just lightly in faith, then it blows it to smithereens. But people who are rooted and grounded, we've seen death, we've seen hard times, we've seen tragedy, and it is our faith that gives us the resilience to go on. The other thing that I said off camera that I think is important, what can we do? Yeah. We can't change the situation, but what we can do is hug a little closer the people in our lives that we love, not take them for granted. Take the time out of our busy schedule to really get back focused on what matters, the people in your life, the people that you care about, and to not take them for granted because every moment is a precious moment. Yeah. The tragedy becomes for the family. Yeah. How did they get through it?
He's now being described as iconic status. Did he have that before?
I think that he did to a degree, but certainly whenever we know that we can't get any more, the value of anything goes up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
because
a
he
really
was
good
just
point.
starting something new, But you're here to talk about something very exciting that you're doing. When I first saw it, Bishop Jakes, I thought it was a typo where they were saying STEAM.
STEAM, yes.
I thought, don't they mean STEM? And
no.
Tell us why you're so excited.
Well, the reason that we're focusing, there are several agendas that we're focusing on. I started the foundation, first of all, because I recognize that whoever succeeds me as the pastor of the church may not care about the community issues that I care about. So I wanted to sequester them into the foundation so that I would have legacy and continuation, and so that we could really focus on making a difference in life. STEM is a very important part of the future. We're at 8% unemployment in the African American community. We are projected to be at 20% unemployment if nobody does anything to avert.
So what will you do? What will you do?
Well, we're starting on all levels teaching about STEM programs, and we're using the arts as a enticement.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Why is it important for you to include the arts? What does that do?
Well, the latest stats say that the arts cause inner city kids to become interested in technology.
Interesting.
You see?
Yeah, sure.
So it's in a very, very effective way. Maybe I want to be a producer. Maybe I want to do something in film. And so I start fooling around on the computer trying to edit. Yeah. But it is a gateway through which we we can begin to discover the amazing worlds of technology.
So we were looking at the numbers this morning, and blacks and Hispanics are very underrepresented in STEM, 9% and 7% respectively in that workforce. How does your foundation plan on turning those numbers around? And what's success? What does it look like?
Well, first of all, it's not a conversation that's talked about enough on a grassroots level in our community, so that awareness is going to be important. Second of all, there are great programs out here that CEOs have committed dollars and funds to reach those demographics that are underserved, because there are actually opportunities, not casualties. But those programs and services that exist, our community doesn't hear about them. So I want to connect the service providers with the people who are in need, because I have one foot in the corporate world and one foot in the community in a very unique way. So I know how to communicate to the community ways and concepts that are pre-existing and help them to facilitate their service. But the foundation doesn't stop with STEAM. It also includes workforce housing, because in most of our metropolitan major city areas, the cost of living has gotten so high. You cannot afford
to live there.
Get a job.
Exactly.
Imagine being a police officer or a nurse who is serving a city you can't afford to live in.
Yeah.
We have to fix that and bring the price of living down for the workforce people in our cities, so that they can make a good wage and not drive an hour and a half to get home.
Either pay them more or lower the rent.
Right. It's a great mission. It's a great mission. Pastor T.D. Jakes, thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks for
really
Good to
appreciate
see
it.
you.